come everything that is worth doing has to start really early in the morning? Ever notice that? It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, headed up to Antelope Canyon. But everything has to start at like 4. Why is that? I don't get that. Why can't it start, why can't you sleep till like, noon and then go do what you gotta do?
Like bone crush, boy I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go.
Okay, one of my favorite business questions that I get all the time is, did you get my email? I find that question fascinating. Hey, did you get my email? No, I didn't get your email. I don't know what happened. It must have disintegrated between when you sent it and when it was supposed to arrive in my inbox. What data center is it stuck in? Can you do me a favor and write it out on a piece of paper exactly what the message was and just hand it to me? That way we know for sure that your email gets to me. So just hand me your email. It's one of those questions that come from the olden days. Hey, did you ever get my letter? That question was okay 100 years ago. When you sent a letter from Arizona to New York, there was a 10% chance, I don't even know what the odds were, but 10% chance that that letter would never get there. Lots of things could happen to it. That question comes from those days. Did you get my email? It's also very passive aggressive. What's the real question you want to ask? The real question is, hey, why don't you respond to my email? That's the question you want to ask. Ask that question. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Email.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. I am on vacation, or vacation is a strong word. I'm not really on vacation. I'm not sitting on a beach drinking Mai Tais. That's what I think about when I think about vacation. I do this every year. I call it my off-the-grid vacation because no one else knows what to call it, but I call it my off-the-grid time off. And when you say off-the-grid, people think you mean, oh, you just stop using technology or you get off social media. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean by off-the-grid is really about being off of 2 things. Number 1, meetings, and we're gonna talk about that in another video. And the second thing is email. I am off of email, and that's what I wanna talk about in this video. Workers check their email 74 times a day. Do you check your email 74 times a day? From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you're checking your email. That's a problem. And so when I talk about being off the grid, I talk about being away from those things, meetings and email. Today, I am driving around northern Arizona, just went to Antelope Canyon, never been in my 25 years of living here in Arizona. It is absolutely stunning. You need to go visit. Took lots of pictures. You should check out these pictures. I will link my Instagram in the description. So week 1 was spent in Greer, and I took some astrophotography pictures, and I've never done that before. And every week I'm gonna take a different trip. And this week, went up to Antelope Canyon. We're gonna go see Horseshoe Bend. Gonna go drive around northern Arizona. I'm about 2.5 hours north of Flagstaff. So that's what we're doing. What I wanna talk about on this trip is being off the grid and what does that mean when it comes to email. So stick around. Hey everyone, welcome to Horseshoe Bend, Arizona. This place is insane. We're gonna take a lot of pictures here. So as I said, I am off the grid. And what off the grid means isn't that I am off of social media or off of technology. What off the grid means is that I detach from the work activities that take up a lot of my time. And I think the 2 things that take up the most time for us when we're working are meetings and email. So as I said, every year I take 3 weeks off and I go off the grid. And every year at this time, I leave my out of office message. Let me read you my out of office message. Please read, annual off the grid break, June 27th through July 21st. I am taking my annual off the grid break from 6:27 to 7:21 to read, write, and catch up on the mountain of research sitting on my desk. I will be with my family up in the mountains of Flagstaff and also be exploring northern Arizona, taking photos, and shooting video. As in previous years, I will not be checking email or voicemail. When I return on July 21st, I will select all emails and then archive them. We'll talk about why in a minute. There's no reason to take time off the grid if you have to spend 3 weeks trying to catch up to your inbox and messages. If you want to reach me about something, please email me on July 22nd and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. If this is urgent or time sensitive, needs to be answered before July 21st, please text me at my phone number, mark the message urgent, and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. Enjoy your summer. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Jamie. And I've been leaving a message like that for about 5 years. And so everyone in my network, everyone at work is used to seeing this message. Every year without fail, people who haven't seen this message will reach out to me and say, oh my God, that's brilliant. I should do that. I wish I could do that. I wish I could be in your position to leave a message like that. Well, I think you can. You just leave the message. So you can leave a message like that. You know, I've been doing it for 5 years. I'm still here. No one's taking a shot at me, which is really the thing I care more about than actually getting fired. Is somebody shooting at me? Still one of those things from the hood. Anyway, the reason why I threaten, and I do, to come back, highlight all my messages, all my emails, and then archive them is for a number of reasons. Number one, you don't actually not check your email. You end up checking your email every day on vacation and getting freaked out and panicking and replying and cleaning out, and you do it in the morning, then you do it at night, and you're like, well, I'll only do it one more time. And it gets into this thing. So let's say you can actually stick to it and say, I'm not checking my messages until the day I come back. Well, when you come back, you're gonna have 300,000 emails in your inbox. So you just took a couple weeks off, you took a break, you're refreshed, you're ready to go, and then you come back and you find 300,000 messages. Now you're working 16 hours a day for the next 2 weeks just trying to catch up on those emails. And that's just insane. Because the second thing that happens is that a lot of those messages don't matter anymore. How many times have you come back from vacation, gone through your emails, found an email, say, oh, this is from a very important person. Start a response to that person, you do some research, you get some dates, whatever, you send it, and then you get back an email going, oh, never mind, this was already solved, we took care of it. Or you answer an email, you spend even 5 minutes answering the email, and then you get back a response, oh, I called Mary about this, sorry, we took care of it. So it's just better to select all, archive, and if it's something important that I need to look at, my network, people in my life will send it to me on July 22nd. It saves me a lot of time and I feel refreshed, ready to go, and I'm not catching up as soon as I get back. Anyway, more about this, but let's take some pictures of Horseshoe Bend.
Es difícil disimular lo que pasa por mi mente cuando te tengo de frente, yeah. Esas ganas de tocar.
So here's the thing about email. First thing you need to realize is that when you answer an email, when you sit down to answer all your email, you aren't doing what you have to do. You're actually doing someone else's to-do list. You're taking care of someone else's to-do list. That's what you are doing. But think about it this way. Someone sat down, said, I need this from Jamie, or I need Jamie to do this. I'm gonna sit down and send them an email. And then they send an email. You get the email and you take care of it immediately. You're doing the other person's to-do list. You're doing their action item. Email is somebody else's to-do list. The second thing you need to realize about email is that it's never going to stop. No matter how hard you try, you know, there's this whole idea of zero inbox. Some of you guys try to practice zero inbox. You try to clear out your whole inbox and get it to zero. I know people like that do that. Curse Lehman. But it's never going to stop coming. It doesn't matter if you get to inbox zero. 5 minutes later, there are gonna be 5 other emails in there. There is no zero inbox. That idea, that concept doesn't exist. It's like regular mail. Actually, regular mail is better than email. At least regular mail doesn't come on Sundays. There's an idea, a day where no emails get through. That would be kind of cool. I like that idea. It's just never going to stop coming. So this idea that you're gonna get to inbox zero, or that you're just gonna, if I could just clear out these emails. No. Not gonna happen. The third thing you need to realize about email is that it gives you the illusion of being productive. You sit there and you do email and you feel productive. And this is especially true for people in the creative space, right? Creative is anyone who looks at a blank sheet of paper and has to make something. Presentation, art, video, song, whatever it is, a blank sheet of paper. You look at a blank sheet of paper on one side and your email inbox on the other side. Which one's easier to take on? Email gives you the illusion of being busy, but you're not busy. And I'm not talking about procrastination. There's a benefit to that, but I'm talking about you're not getting your work done, you're doing something else, and that something else is a waste of time. It's email. Because some people say procrastination is good for you. I agree. I'm one of those people who can't really get anything done unless I feel the pressure. Lots of us in this space are like that. I get it. I wrote my commencement speech for Western Governors the night before I wanted to be done. I knew about it for a month, but I waited till the last day. Some of us work that way, but that's not the same thing. That's not procrastination. Because for me, procrastination means that you are doing something else that's creative. You're doing research, you're reading, you're writing something else. You're doing something other than what's due, but that does not include email. Email is a waste of time. All right, made it back to Flagstaff. That's Sunset Crater behind me. I'm gonna be here in a couple of days, taking some pictures, doing a little bit of the northern Flagstaff area. I just wanna close out this video with this idea. I've seen a lot of people talk about quitting social media online. Won't name names, but a bunch of people talking about how they're quitting social media because they feel like it's a waste of time. I don't feel like it's a waste of time. I think what's a waste of time is email. Email's a waste of time. I get more from social media than I ever get answering people's emails. When I read through my Twitter feed, I find articles to read, I find research, I find people's opinions, help me change my mind. I don't get that from email. No one ever writes me an email and says, hey, I know you thought seriously about A, B, and C. Here's a different perspective that you should think about. It's never like, hey, I decided to sit down and write you an email so I could help you. No, again, email is about the other person. I get so much from watching YouTube videos. I learned how to shoot stars by watching YouTube videos. And I include YouTube and social media. I think we're focused on the wrong part of what's wasting our time. I think email is wasting our time, not social media. So I'm gonna close this video by just suggesting this because I wanna talk more about emails in another video. I wanna talk about the types of emails and how do you respond to them. And I wanna talk about kind of my process for dealing with emails. But I want you to think about this as you think about your summer break or your vacation or the time that you're gonna take off. Make a commitment to not check email, just during your vacation. We'll talk more about kind of what strategy you should use when you are at work, you know, like scheduling time to actually go through your email, finding gaps in time where you can actually clean out your email. But for now, as you think about vacation, as you think about where you're headed this summer, make a commitment that you will not check email while you're on vacation. And then try this. Set up your out of office and say, when I get back, I'm archiving all my email. So hit me up on the day I get back. Try it. What's the worst that can happen? Nobody's gonna shoot at you. Okay, so I hope you got something out of this video. Make that commitment to understand that email is what's wasting your time and that you are doing somebody else's to-do, and come up with a strategy on how to handle that, all right? Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the trip. I had a great trip today. Subscribe, like, share, do all those things, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. That right there, that's Sunset Crater right there. Volcano, right there. I think I'm in focus.